Ladies, gents, and all you misfits, welcome to Filth, Disgust, and Sadistic. Straight from the boss himself. Come closer, don't be shy. Every track here, 100% his. Written, screamed, and twisted by his hands and that beautiful broken brain of his. No copies, no fakes, just his noise, his words, and his ugly truth blasting out loud. Warning, this ain't for the soft, the safe, or the easily offended. If you like music all shiny and nice, get out now. We're talking about the real monsters here. Murderers, predators, rapists, absolute scum. The names everyone whispers but nobody shouts. But listen up, he's not glorifying them. Nah, this whole album is just one big, rude, massive middle finger pointed straight at him. He ain't cheering them on, he's taking the piss out of them, stripping them bare, showing how sad and small they really are, and laughing right in their ugly faces. And to the victims and families, from the boss's heart, we are so sorry. Nothing here is ever to mock you. You're the good ones, the real ones. All the hate, all the jokes, only for the killers and abusers. Never you. You got our respect, always. About the tunes, let's be real, even he admits it. Some are meh. You might go, and fair enough. But the rest? Chaos. Pure, wild, dark, loud perfection. Well, to him anyway. But every single song, honest. Raw, messy, cruel, funny, and true. No sugar, no lies, just the world exactly as he sees it. So, crank it up. Embrace the madness. The Joker hopes you enjoy the show. Let's go!
There's a rot beneath the garden. There's a stench beneath the grit. 33 young lives down in the shallow pit. You wore the suit. You wore the news. You thought you were the star, but even in the nut house, we know exactly what you are. You're a parasite in grease paint, a shadow in the hall, waiting for the lonely ones to stumble and to fall. But the makeup's peeling off you, and the truth is looking grim. You're just that bottom feeder who never learned how to swim. Hey John, hey Johnny boy, you're a joke with no punchline. A little man drowning in his own sick and grime. I call you a clown, but that's a name for a king. And you're just a vulture with a fucking broken wing. You're a rapist, a predator, a stain on the floor, a pathetic piece of filth that we don't need no more. Need no more. Now me, I like chaos. I like to watch it burn. I give the greedy doctors all the lessons they should learn. But I don't touch children, John, I've got a bit of class. I take a jagged bottle and shove it up your ass. I hurt the monsters, the liars and the frauds, while you're playing God with the backyard sods. You're a coward with the contract, a bully with the key. You're the kind of funny that's tragedy to me. If I had my knife and a spotlight tonight, I'd show you what it looks like when you do something right. I put on a spectral, a grander display than a greasy little creep in Illinois Bay. I carve out the cow cowardness you hide in your chest. I put all your secrets to permanent rest. Permanent rest. Hey Johnny boy, you're a joke with no punchline. A little man drowning in your own sick grime. I call you a clown, but that's a name for a king. And you're just a vulture with a fucking broken wing. You're a rapist, a predator, a stain on the floor, a pathetic piece of filth that we don't want anymore. Now the curtain closed and the lights have all dimmed. The devil's got a special cage and heavy chains for him. You're rotting in the forest, John. You're melting in the deep with the ghost of all those promises you never meant to keep. No grease paint left to hide behind, no badges, no lies. Just the sulfur and the screaming and the look in Satan's eye. Yeah, the fire's taking everything and the fire taking hold. So take your seat in hell and crawl back to your hole. You aren't a performer, John. You're just a mistake. Bye-bye, John.
Police won't confirm a newspaper report that Dahmer has confessed to murder and cannibalism. One longtime acquaintance describes Dahmer as one weird dude. A neighbor offered a similar description.
In my opinion, he appeared to me to be a geek. And by that I mean a guy that stays to himself and just do weird things unlike anyone else, like suspicious. But not to the degree that you would think that he was around murdering people. You would think that he's just not affiliated with being around things with the happenings, you know, a square type of guy, you know.
Dahmer was released from jail last year after serving time for molesting a 13-year-old boy.
Milwaukee, and police now say more people may be dead than originally thought. Good morning, everyone. I'm Wendy Lubavitch. Less than an hour ago, Milwaukee authorities said that they have positively identified 5 more victims found in a Northside apartment. They revealed the name of one victim, a 23-year-old man from Chicago, but the other names won't be released until relatives are notified.
In the flats where the stench wouldn't quit. Thought you would talk, you're just dumb and thick. You haunted the lost, the alone and the new. Grabbed boys off the street cause you couldn't fight true. You drugged them and tied them up where they couldn't break free. Raped them while helpless. Oh, what bravery! You can't you see? You called it control, called it darkness and might, but you're just a pussy and coward who couldn't fight. You couldn't fight. Dama, creeper with the fridge. You're not a monster, just garbage and grime. Rapist, weakling, sad little fool. That you were evil, you're boring and cruel. Dama, bones in the bin, big scary legend. Nah, nothing within. Nothing within. You chopped up the bodies, kept heads on the shelf, played my Darkner all by your bloody self. You cooked up the flesh, thought you were one of kind, but your whole second was just messy and blind. You wanted perfect slaves that wouldn't leave home, but nobody liked you. You sat there all alone. You bragged about darkness, acting so cold, but you're just a loser with a heart full of mold. Oh, Dama, creeper with the fridge. You're not a monster, just garbage and grime. Rapist, weakling, sad little fool. Thought you were evil, you're boring and cruel. Dama, bones in the bin, big scary legend. Nah, nothing within. Nothing within. You smiled for the cameras, tried to look so tough, said you loved the dark. That's pathetic stuff. You raped the living people, messed up the dead. But when the cops kicked in your door, you shook in your bed. You talked about power like you're on the show, but you're just sick and everybody knows. Everybody knows. No mysterious magic, no devilish plan, just a gross little pervert who no one can stand. No one could stand. Off to the big house, thought you ruled the hall, thought killers would love you, you fell on your floor. You're a rapist first, killer second, Jeff. Fact, in prison the label gets zero respect. You laughed with the guards, tried to act real cool, but you're still just a weak, nasty, sad little fool. Sad little fool. Then one day a bar came down on your head and your big evil story came to a crashing dead. And Dama, creeper with the fridge. You're not a monster, just garbage and grime. Rapist, weakling, sad little fool. Thought you were evil, you're boring and cruel. Dama, bones in the bin, big scary legend. Nah, nothing within. Nothing within. Oh, and the best part, truly, the Milwaukee cannibal, the big bad boogeyman, got smashed like a bug by a guy with a grudge. No big speech, no drama, no glory, no pride, just a cracked skull, a puddle, and nobody cried. And nobody cried. And nobody cried. And the funniest joke of all, the whole world cheered when they said that you died. When you died. When you Dumber, creeper with the fridge, you're not a monster, just garbage and grime. Rapist, wiggling, sad little fool, thought you were evil, you're boring and cruel. Dumber, bones in the bin, big scary legend, nothing within. Nothing within. Dumber, creeper with the fridge, you're not a monster, just garbage and grime. Rapist, wiggling, sad little fool, thought you were evil, you're boring and cruel. Dumber, bones in the bin, big scary legend, nothing within. Nothing within. Dumber, creeper with the fridge, you're not a monster, just garbage and grime. Rapist, wiggling, sad little fool, thought you were evil, you're boring and cruel. Dumber, bones in the bin, big scary legend, nothing within. Nothing within.
Jesse? What'd you do to him?
Don't cry for him. Dude murdered his wife, stabbed her in the face 5 fucking times and tried to pin on 2 black guys. Ain't that some shit? But ain't nothing compared to what you did, though, Dama. So you didn't just murder them. You desecrated their bodies and cannibalized their flesh. Answer me, Dama! Did you really eat their flesh? You like seeing them men in pain, didn't you? And that 14-year-old boy, you did them horrible things to him.
No. I drugged him first so they wouldn't feel anything.
Well, you're about to feel every second of this. Ah! In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
This is Channel 2, Salt Lake City. All today's news with Bob Evans, Michelle King. Mark Eubank has the weather. This is KUTV News.
Good evening. It was one of the most bizarre scenes you can imagine, but then Ted Bundy was like no other man.
And this morning, just after sunrise, the man suspected of brutally killing 36 women, many of them in Utah, met the long, drawn-out demands of justice. Bundy was executed before an atmosphere that was almost circus-like.
Around with your head held high, smiled so sweet. Told all your lies, said you were smart, said you were strong, thought you could never do nothing wrong. Put on a suit, put on a show, made everyone think you were good to know. But underneath that pretty face lived a loser in a lonely place. You snuck in the dark, you took what you wanted, left broken lives and hearts all haunted, raped and killed. Thought you were cool, just a little loser, playing the fool. You liked them young, yeah, that's the truth. Used your charm to hide your proof. Thought you were clever, thought you could win, just rot and dirt beneath your skin. You're a fake to the bone. Every move you make, every word you speak is just a big mistake. A rapist, a predator, low as they come. You hurt too many, you had your fun. But when the end came and they led you away, you had nothing left but fear to display. You begged and you cried, you shook and you pleaded. All your big talk, yeah, you really needed just one more minute, just one more breath, scared as hell, staring at death. No more secrets, no more lies, just a coward waiting to die. You talked to the cameras, tried to explain, tried to wash away all your blood and their pain. Said it was sickness, said it was fate, but you just chose to be full of hate. Thought you were special, thought you were wild, just a rotten soul lost as a child. All that charm was just a trick for the evil that made you a dick. You thought you'd outrun all that you had done. Thought you'd cheat the justice that had to come. But the walls closed in and the lights went out, and all your power started to go. No one to save you, no one to lie, just you and the truth right there to die. To die. You're a fake to the bone. Every move you make, every word you speak is just a big mistake. A rapist, a predator, low as they come. You hurt so many, you had your fun. But when the end came and they let you away, you had nothing left but fear to display. You begged and you cried, you shook and you pleaded. All your big talk, yeah, you really needed just one more minute, just one more breath, scared as hell, staring at death. No more secrets, no more lies, just a coward waiting to die. Yeah. Cried like nothing, all that pride gone, just fear, just what you earned, just what you earned, just what you earned, yeah. Just what you had earned. Just what you earned.
Do you have a final statement you'd like to make before the sentence of the court is carried out?
Yes. Tell my family I love them. Tell them that.
Theodore Bundy was executed at 7:16 this morning in the electric chair at Florida State Prison. He was executed for the murder of 12-year-old Kimberly Leach of Lake City, Florida. You know, he was also under sentence of death for the murder of 2 young women in Tallahassee. Everything was carried out according to the book.
How would you describe his demeanor?
The body will be taken to a funeral home in Gainesville.
Finally.
I can't believe it. I was with him for years. I never knew him. I never knew him at all. Who was that guy? Who was Ted Bundy?
Richard Ramirez, a drifter from El Paso, Texas, and a self-described Satan worshiper, began his reign of terror in June 1984. By the time of his arrest 14 months later, Ramirez had gone on a killing rampage so grisly that Deputy District Attorney Phil Halpin said Ramirez had probably rewritten the book on serial murders.
You love the dark, you love the night, dressed in all black like thought you looked right. Turned crosses round, talked about how big bad words you'd told him well. Called yourself evil, said you served sin, wanted everyone's knees to bend. But I see right through your little game. You ain't no devil, you're just a shame. Sneaking through windows while people sleep, quiet as a rat, creep, creep, creep. Broke into houses, stole their gold, then did things too ugly to be told. You'd find the small ones, yeah, the young and the soft, sneak up close to them when the lights wear off. And hey Richie, let me tell you something true. You had the looks, yeah, you knew it too. Girls would have lined up just to be with you, but your soul was nasty, black right through. Pretty face wrapped round a heart so vile. No one could stand you, not for a while. You didn't have the hunt, the weak and the small. You were just too ugly deep down in your soul. Deep down in your soul, yeah. Oh Richie, you think you're so grand, you're just filth in a cheap black band. You take what you want to you please, hide in the shadows down on your knees. You'll force your way, you take their breath, prey on the ones who can't fight back yet. Can't fight back yet. Talk about Satan, talk about being bold, but you hunt the tiny, the weak, and the old. The weak and the old. The weak and the old. And oh my God, the things you fear. Run and hide when the cops come near. Tough guy act till the sirens wail. Then you're shaking like a snail. Don't forget the drill and the chair. Crying loud about your teeth and your hair. Big bad stalker, king of sin, scared of the dentist. What a sin. You said fear me while you snuck around. Never stood tall, never held your ground. Hid from behind, shot him in the head, ran like a coward before they were dead. You'd grab the women, make him cry and beg. Do what you wanted, leave them dead or wrecked. And the little ones, oh yeah, you like those best. Thought nobody knew what you did in the mess. You touched and took what you had no right to take. that ain't evil. You made a mistake. You smiled for the cameras, tried to look cool. Inside you're just a pathetic fool. You talked of darkness, said you didn't care, but movement in the shadows, you're frozen there. Heart hammering hard at every sound, convinced every shadow's gonna bring you down. Worried about capture, worried about pain, but the dentist office drove you insane. And hey, handsome, remember this part too. You could have had any woman waiting on you. Nice face, dark eyes, hair all neat, but your words were poison, your soul was beat. And no one wants to hold a snake so vile. No one wants your twisted, perverted smile. You took by force, 'cause you didn't get love. Too ugly inside. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, that was you. And you knew it too. Oh Richie, you think you're so grand, you just filth cheap in a whack black bland. Oh, you take what you want to, you please hide in the shadows, down on your knees. You force your way, you take their breath, prey on the ones who can't fight back yet. Fight back yet. Talk about Satan, talk about being bold, but you hunt the tiny, the weak, the old. The weak, the old. And oh my God, the things you fear, run and hide when the cops come near. When the cops come near.
Perhaps for Richard Ramirez, that anger and frustration turned to rage, which he in turn took out on his victims. His killings were so sadistic and brutal that even experienced detectives were shocked.
He took a woman in her 60s and stomped her to death with his foot, leaving an imprint of a shoe on the side of her face. From that to just executing somebody upon walking into a room after he entered a house. He strangled, he used a ligature, he used a tire iron on a young girl, beat her, left her for dead.
When your records decided you had to wipe up your mother's blood, I couldn't finish it. I had to do my brother to finish that chore.
Why on earth would you have hurt those people? Why would you kill those people?
No comments. I cannot answer it at this time.
Good afternoon. Jeffrey Epstein just made his first court appearance just moments ago. Our court producer says that Epstein looked disheveled but calm. He was in a blue prison uniform. He did not have any shackles around his feet or any handcuffs. Epstein, is 66 years old, and if he is convicted, he faces up to 45 years in prison. Epstein pled not guilty today on both sex trafficking charges in court in his first appearance. Now, federal prosecutors allege that between 2002 and 2005, Epstein paid underage girls as young as 14 hundreds of dollars to massage him or have sex with him at his townhouse in New York City or his mansion in Palm Beach, Florida.
With clowns and cheats and crooks, seen every every trick in the evil books, but you slithered in with a shiny coat. I brought into a lying note. You called yourself a man of worth, but you're the lowest dirt on all the earth. Loser, pathetic, slimy and cold, taking what you had no right to hold. Chomo hiding behind the door so tight, filth that rots in the dark of night, in the dark of night. Oh, you thought you had it all away. Think your money makes the sins okay. Human trafficker, fake in disguise, rapist with your greedy eyes. Coward running from the light of day, liar with nothing good to say. I grin loud, 'cause the truth is plain. You're the trash that leaves a stain, that leaves a stain. You promised dreams, you promised gold, then trapped young souls where no one told. But your way past law and rule, kept your secrets, I kept them cruel. Shomo, that's the name you earned. Every lie you tell will turn and burn. Filth that clings to every breath, scared to face what waits past death. You ran and hid, too weak to stand, no backbone in your useless hand. Oh, you thought you had it all away. Think your money makes the sins okay. Human trafficker, fake in disguise, rapist with your greedy eyes. Coward running from the light of day, liar with nothing good to say. I grin loud, 'cause the truth is plain. You're the trash that leaves a stain. You took the easy way out, yeah, I heard. Slipped away like a frightened bird. What a joke. You thought you'd win, and to quick and erase your sin. You're a loser, you died like you lived, scared of what the truth would Wish I'd been the one to make you pay, make you squirm till your last day, make you beg, make you admit to every crime you try to quit. Pathetic ends for a hollow man, gone before the reckoning began. Oh, you thought you'd had it all away, think your money makes the sins okay. Human trafficker, fake in disguise, rapist with your greedy eyes, coward running from the light of day, liar with nothing good to say. I grin loud, 'cause the truth is plain. You're the trash that leaves a nasty stain. You thought death would set you free. Nah, the whole world still sees filth like you, never fades away. That's the joke I get to play. Wish I'd done it myself. It's true, would have made it hurt more for you, more for you. Yeah. Fuck you, Epstein.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
I'm sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is somebody knows. The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
All right, we're going to begin this hour with a CBS News investigation raising some new questions about this video. You will recall Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his jail cell in 2019 and it was ruled a suicide. Recently, the Justice Department released security video from the jail. One official called it raw footage, but we looked into it. Scott McFarland reports from Washington on what we found.
This was the nearly 11-hour video agents reviewed when they investigated the death of convicted child predator Jeffrey Epstein. Government officials say it's proof that no one entered his cell tier. Malfunctioning equipment meant only one camera recorded the general area, and that camera captured part of the common area, including the officer's station and a sliver of the staircase leading to Epstein's cell. Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino.
There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
CBS News has reviewed the tape, and this is what it shows. The primary entrance is here. The pathway from the entrance to the stairs is completely out of view of the camera, leaving ample room for someone to enter unseen.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say let them have it.
More infighting among President Trump's supporters over the elusive Epstein files. House Speaker Mike Johnson saying they must be released after the president and his administration said the files must be released and they would release them.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
First of all, it should have come out a long time ago. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
The FBI, Attorney General, and the president have said there's nothing to see. President Trump saying the files are sordid but boring and that he's not sure why anyone is interested.
Orange gone slathered thick and cheap. Looks like you rolled in paint, then fell asleep. Scrub it off, what do you think you'd find? An empty head and a coward's mind. A coward's mind. You scream war, war, to turn our eyes from the friends you keep where the filthy stuff lies. Your name's in the files, plain to see. Hidden with the pedophiles while you play big shot to the fake tan, fake man, rotten to the core, pathetic little loser, what you roar for. Filth in your bones, dirt on your hands, hanging with molesters where the dark expands. Fake tan, fake man, just a joke to see. Worthless trash that everyone can see. You strut around like a grand and tall, but I know exactly what you are. A creep, a molester, slimy and low, chasing young ones where the dark wind blows. Chummy with Epstein, side is glue, every sick thing he did, you were there too. You were there too. You start up fights just to cover your tracks, hide the truth where the sun don't come back. The sun don't come back. Fake town, fake man, rotten to the core, pathetic little loser, what you roar for. Filth in your bones, dirt on your hands, hanging with molester when the dark expands. Fake tan, fake man, just a joke to see, worthless trash that everyone can see. Heard about the shot, they said came your way. Fake, fake, just another game to play. Some fool with a gun missed by a mile, fixed it all up just to make the folks smile. Play the victim, cry and whine. Poor, poor me, what a useless line. What a useless line. I say, give me the gun, let me take aim. I wouldn't miss, I ain't your old game. No lucky break, no fake speech. You'd be dead before the crowd could rub their eyes. Before the crowd could rub their eyes. You think you're tough, you think you're king. You're just a rat that can't stop singing. Big for praise, big for cheers. Scared as hell the truth comes near. Loser, loser, sad little thing. Not a man, just a stain that won't wash clean. Filth through and through, rotten to the bone. Everything wrong wrapped up in you all alone. Fake town, fake man, hands, hanging with molesters where the dark expands. Fake town, fake man, just a joke to see. Worthless trash that everyone can see. That everyone can see. Orange and ugly, fake to the end. I know what you are, no place to bend. Fake shot, fake man. If I held the gun, you'd be dead where you stand. Pathetic filth loser, that's all you'll ever be. That's all you'll ever be. Yeah, that's all you'll ever be. That's all you'll ever be.
Wartime president prior to Donald Trump has been much busier in their workday and their weekends than Donald Trump. But none of them ever said they were too busy to explain the war that America was waging. That's Donald Trump's unique contribution to the role of commander-in-chief. Too busy to explain.
You'll see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Yeah, he took people, and because he took people, I said, don't do it anymore. You know, they work for me. And he took, beyond that, he took some others. And once he did that, that was the end of him. I didn't like, when they steal people, I don't like it.
Stealing people. Stealing people. It's worth noting, Trump did say something about Epstein's proclivities, but it was not to law enforcement. It was to a reporter writing an article in New York Magazine in the year 2002. He said this, quote, about Jeffrey Epstein: "He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." End quote from Donald Trump.
He writes this, quote, "Administration officials, they are targets." And he also wrote this: "I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes." What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people. Horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
From England. They had just got out of jail, and while they were in jail in England, they made a pact. Basically, they became friends, and they made a pact that when they got out, they were going to kill one woman a week. This was their pact, and they got out anyway. They were on the run from they had more charges pending in England, so they got on the boat, came over to Ireland. This was back in the 70s now. They got on the boat and came over to Ireland and went and stayed with a person that they had got, another man that they'd gotten to know in jail in England. And he got them a car basically anyway, and they went off around the country in the car, stalking women. And these two women, Mary Duffy and Elizabeth Plunkett, unfortunately, were two women that they got, and they got them, held them for days and did unspeakable things to them.
Snuck across that sea, ran from the law where they used to be. Brits with bad blood and dirty ass come here to Ireland. Our beloved Vietnams, they thought they'd run from what they done. Hurt young girls just for their fun. Filth and disgust, cold and mean, the worst kind of filth you ever did see. Oh, two dirty rats from across the way came here to ruin and dig a grave. They call themselves men, but that's a lie, just cowards who hurt the weak and shy. You ran from your crimes, you thought you win, now look at you shaking in your skin. Scared of the dark, scared of the end, the worst kind of trash that there ever been. They grab young souls out in the night, did awful things with all their might. Elizabeth married, taken away, left them cold in the water to stay. Evans and Show, oh what a pair, pedophiles walking without a care. Brave when they're hurting someone small, big tough man, no, not at all. Oh, two dirty rats from across the way come here to ruin and dig a grave. They call themselves men, but that's a lie, just cowards who hurt the weak and shy. You ran from your crimes, you thought you'd win, now look at you shaking in your skin. Scared of the dark, scared of the end, the worst kind of trash that there'd ever been. Now locked away behind thick and stone, all alone and scared to the fucking bone. You begged for your life, you cried and you shook, terrified you never get a look at the sky or the sun or the open air. Dying in prison, your only share. You hated the cage, you made it so true, it fits you perfect through and through. You came to Ireland to run and hide, thought you'd leave your old life aside. But Ireland saw what you really were, filth and rot and nothing pure. Every Brit, don't get me wrong, most are good and kinda strong. But you two came here just to kill, now rot inside your prison still. Oh, two dirty rats from across the way came to ruin and dig a grave. They called themselves men, but that's a lie, just cowards who hurt the weak and shy. You ran from your crimes, you thought you'd win, now look at you shaking in your skin. Scared of the dark, scared of the end, the worst kind of trash that had ever been. Cry all you want, shake and beg. You earned every day inside that leg. No tears from me, no sympathy. Rot away where you wanna be, where you wanna be. Where you wanna be. Where you wanna be.
The two men involved in this story were Geoffrey Evans and John Shaw. While there is not much known about these two men's early life, they were both from Lancashire, which is in the northwest of England, near enough to the border of Scotland. They were both born in the mid-40s. Evans was fair-haired and was of slim build, and had spent a lot of time in and out of prison for convictions of robbery and theft, 36 in total. It was said he was self-educated and liked to write poetry and play guitar. It is also believed he was a father of 3 children. Shaw used to work as a miner and looked the complete opposite to Evans. He was dark-haired and a lot taller and broader than him. Shaw was divorced and the father of 2 children. Shaw had 26 convictions, and one of these convictions was for the attempted rape of a girl and a boy. The 2 men met in prison, and it was said that Evans was the brains and Shaw was the brawn. In 1974, they were both wanted by Manchester police for the brutal rapes of 3 girls. One of these girls was 16 and the daughter of a police officer. To escape these convictions, the pair of them decided to go to Ireland.
You know, folks, I wrote this album to call out the filth and the dirt and the rot for what they truly are. The killers like Dahmer, Gacy, and Marírez, or however you pronounce that. Yes, they killed. They did, and that is a horrible thing. Truly bad. But they didn't just kill. No. They raped, molested, did disgusting things. And that's why I'm calling them out. And that's why you see Trump and Epstein in this little album. Now, I'm a bad guy myself, but I could never stoop so fucking low. It's one of the things I don't understand. And don't get me wrong, I have read the evil books. I have seen things that would break someone. And I've done things that would break someone. I am no angel myself. I've bullied. I've hurt. I've fought. I've damaged things. I've broken things. I've graffitied. I've vandalized. I've set fire to things. I've done a lot of bad stuff myself. So, this one's about me. You've seen the filth. You've seen the disgust. But now, you're about to see the sadistic. I enjoy hurting people who are worse than me. I enjoy hurting people. I'm making them bleed. I enjoy hurting people just for fun. I enjoy hurting people. Funny when they run. I enjoy hurting people just for kicks. I enjoy hurting people who act like dicks. I enjoy hurting people who are impolite. I enjoy hurting people, especially when they fight. I enjoy hurting people because I was hurt. I enjoy hurting people because I was left in the dirt. I enjoy hurting people because I'm unwell. I enjoy hurting people because I've been through hell. I enjoy hurting people. 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 And I enjoy hurting people, cause I'm sadistic. I enjoy hurting people, cause I go ballistic. I enjoy hurting people, cause I'm twisted. I enjoy hurting people, especially when they're listed. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, please, you're too much. You're too much. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's enough now. That's enough. That's enough! Thank you. Thank yous all so much for listening. I do hope yous enjoyed this here album. And thank you to Iggy for doing my entrance for me. And thank you all for listening. I do appreciate it so much. Now, I'm gonna leave it here, folks. If you want to hear more music like this, or maybe something a little bit different, remember to stay tuned, because the chaos always lives on. And hey, have a good one.